What's going on, everyone? I loved what we saw from De'Andre Ayton. Now, it's one game. He needs to maintain that level of motor. He needs to maintain that level of intensity and just the energy that he brought. Thought he was very good at just staying committed, staying aggressive, playing the defense side of things. Look, he talked about himself. He said himself in the offseason, he wanted to be a better shot blocker. He wanted to be a better rim protector. He wanted to be better overall defensively. He wanted to get back to that, 2021 season where he was the defensive anchor to a finals team and the number 3 defense in all of basketball that season in the Phoenix Suns. He was a huge factor in that. We know, and I've talked about this all offseason since we got him, we know he can. We know he can defend and block shots and be an actual, A+ rated defensive player and be part of the anchor of this defense. The question is, would he buy into it? It's one game. I don't want to get too yes type thing, but if he kind of can continue to maintain that could be huge for the Lakers. He's going to score points. He's going to average at least 15 a game. I think bare minimum, he's probably a 15 and 10, 15 and 12 guy. It's the defensive side of the ball. And I love that he said, he talked about after post game, he wanted to show his commitment even beyond the offensive side of things that, hey, he's here to play defense. He's here to play whatever role, right? He understands hey, I'm here to play a part. I don't need to be the main focal point. He knows this is his last chance. He has said it all offseason. He has said it on several occasions in interviews in public, right? I know the situation that's at hand. I know the opportunity I have here. Right. However, I've seen a lot of people criticize his offense and he was terrible offensively. It's kind of hard to be great offensively when you get 2 field goal attempts. Right? Again, 1, you got to watch the games. 2, even if you box score watch, don't just look at the points. Look at how many attempts. There's not a 7-point field goal. Right? You can't there's not a 7-point shot. So even if he made both field goals, he would have only had 4 points, right? So him having 1 point in 18 minutes is not his fault. What's infuriating to me is Austin Reeves not finding him. De'Andre Ayton worked his tail off. Go watch that game again if you need confirmation, or if you don't remember, or if you didn't watch that game. De'Andre Ayton, especially in that first quarter, had established position, almost every possession down the court. He had several mismatches. He had a couple wide open, and Austin Reeves just didn't find him, right? Feed your big man. De'Andre Ayton was working. The commentators even called it out. How hard De'Andre Ayton was working to establish position and only got 2 attempts. We shot the ball terribly. We only had 10 assists total, right? And De'Andre Ayton, you probably could have gotten another 10 assists just feeding De'Andre Ayton. De'Andre Ayton took 2 field goal attempts, and one of which was he hadn't touched the ball all game, finally got the ball, and just turned around and kind of threw a dart, right? It wasn't even a hook shot or float. It was just almost this dart that he threw at the rim, just trying to get a shot up, right? Because he hadn't touched the ball in the first 5 minutes of the game. But there was literally him setting screens, good solid screens, and slipping. And instead of Reeves trying to hit him as the roll man or throwing the lob or whatever, just completely looked them off. And 2 times that I can recollect was literally wide open, or had a 6'5" guy on him. There was several times where he had clear established position on the block, one-on-one action where he had the position that you could have just thrown it up and he would have gotten it and finished it home, or at least dump it down to him where he could finish over the smaller defender. We didn't do that, right? Austin Reeves gave you 20. And a lot of people are like, Austin Reeves had a great game. I don't think he had a terrible game, but I don't think he had a great game, right? We are in a contract year for Austin Reeves. This season is very vital and important. We know Austin Reeves can score 20 points. It's not his offense alone that is going to get him paid. The reason teams and the Lakers are so high on him is because he's a guy that can go get you 20 points, but also grab 5 rebounds and dish out 6 to 8 assists. And he's supposed to be the guy that's slotted alongside Luka Doncic. When Luka Doncic goes to the bench or gets the night off, Austin Reeves is the primary playmaker. Austin Reeves is the guy with the ball in his hand. Austin Reeves is the guy that's supposed to be able to recognize De'Andre Ayton has a 6'3" guy on him. If I can't force feed it to him, let me just throw it up and he can use his 40-inch vertical and his 7'5" wingspan and just go up and hammer it home, right? It's recognizing those moments, right? I was very disappointed in Austin Reeves not recognizing those moments because there was a lot of them. It wasn't just like 1 or 2 seconds. It's like, he just missed him on that play. No, it was like regular. So much so, again, the commentators literally called it out, right? So, again, Austin Reeves needs to do a better job of recognizing that, and you need to reward your big man. He's working hard on the defensive side of things, and then he's also working hard on the offensive side of things, establishing position, getting offensive rebounds. He had 8 rebounds and 2 offensive rebounds in 18 minutes of action. Right? Yes, he had 4 turnovers, but again, context matters. Context is important, and when you actually watch the games, they're feeding him in traffic rather than the opportunities where he's wide open, right? These things aren't going to happen when Luka and LeBron return. If I'm De'Andre Ayton, I'm just the whole time, I'm just like, Luka's coming back, Luka's coming back, Luka's coming back. Because if I was De'Andre Ayton, I'd be getting frustrated, right? I'm working my tail. I have a clear, established, dump it down to me, and I got an easy layup, right? Like, get me the ball on, throw up the lob and I'll hammer it home, whatever, right? Like, but instead of recognizing it, I'm working my tail off trying to get this position, and now I have the mismatch or I have the clear position, and then Phoenix just didn't make adjustments because they're not even seeing it, like they're not even recognizing it. So let's just keep doing what we're doing, right? And that would have been an easy way to generate offense for a team that was struggling offensively. So I can't really knock De'Andre Ayton when he got 2 field goal attempts. For a guy that had probably another 10 opportunities minimum over that game. I'm not saying you have to hit him every single time, right? There's things and circumstances. Like there was one time where De'Andre Ayton was spun off the defender and was like wide open, but the Austin Reeves had the ball and the defender kind of smacked it, so he bent down to pick it back up, and so he was late and missed De'Andre Ayton, right? Okay, moments like that, sure, that's fine. But there were several times where Austin Reeves was being aggressive. De'Andre Ayton has the mismatch, and instead of dumping it down to him, right, you need to recognize that if you're Reeves, and you need to, again, reward the big man, right? Like we saw this with Anthony Davis, right? There were times, remember Darvin Ham, we were like, man, and I talked about, that's on D'Lo, that's on Austin Reeves, and that's on LeBron James, because they're the playmakers. They're the guys with the ball in their hands. You need to recognize those mismatches. You need to recognize those opportunities. Anthony Davis, there were times where I was critical of Anthony Davis, and I was like, dude, you can't be giving me 9 points in this time. But then there were times where I came on and I defended Anthony Davis. People were like, Anthony Davis only had 9 points and blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but he only got, 11 field goal attempts, right? So it's like, and he had all the mismatch. You got to feed him. How many times would he have, 25 through 3 quarters and then wouldn't get a single field goal attempt in the 4th quarter? That's what this reminded me of. That's what this felt like. So you need to see a better job in that regard of just Austin Reeves and obviously Luka. I'm not really worried about Luka because Luka, that's his favorite type of outlet. But, LeBron too, these guys need to recognize those mismatches and get him involved. You need to keep him motivated because we need him on that defensive side of things and we need him on the offensive side of things. Not saying he has to be your primary offense, not saying that he has to, average 25 a game or anything like that. Like I said, probably be in that 15. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in that 18 range, but 15 and 10, 15 and 12, perfect. Buy in on the defensive side of things. Lakers are going to be terrifying. Right? But I love the effort. I love the intensity. I love the defense and then the energy that he brought. I thought he was very active on both sides of the basketball, which is good signs. I think once Luka comes back, Luka's going to be spoon feeding De'Andre. De'Andre Ayton's going to have the easiest time of his life. You give me that effort, energy, and defense that we saw in this game when Luka comes back, the Lakers are going to be very good. De'Andre Ayton is going to be very good. De'Andre Ayton is going to look very good. But again, it's putting all the components together. Right? Again, we know Austin Reeves can score 20. That's not the problem. He just literally averaged 20. But the thing that makes him so enticing is he can average 20, but also get you 6 rebounds and 8 assists. I mean, when LeBron doesn't play, he's averaging 28, 6, and 8. Right? That's why Lakers and everyone else like, man, dude, imagine what he could be with Luka. But when Luka's not out, he needs to be able to operate and be able to feed that big man. Now, we saw him, that's something I've talked about. Again, it's all on video. Talked about like him getting tunnel vision a lot and at times and things like that. Like, needs to recognize that better. You got to feed and reward your big man. He's playing hard on the defensive side. He's working even harder on the offensive side to get established position. Yes, there's going to be times where, you do overlook him, or like I said, the time where he got the ball slapped out of his hands and stuff. And so you just missed that opportunity. But you can't be missing it possession after possession after possession. De'Andre Ayton, he needs to stay motivated. It's one game. Love what I saw from him from that one game, but we need more than just one game. He's got to be able to maintain that game after game after game, night after night after night. We need that effort. We need that energy. He's doing all the right things. He's saying all the right things. He said himself he wanted to be a better defensive player. He backed it up with his play. But again, it's easy to say, like I talked about, I'm not really worried about De'Andre Ayton this season. I think Ayton will be everything we want him to be and then some this season. I'm worried about once he gets that new contract. Like, he's really good. Lakers give him 4 years, $100 million. That's when I will have my questions. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.